ונעמן שר צבא מלך היה, ארם היה איש גיבור חי לפני אדוניו, נשוא פנים כי בו נתן השם תשועה לארם, והאיש היה גיבור חי למצורע. Very interesting pasuk. Naaman, he was a general. The Torah says Naaman, he is on the time of the prophet Elisha. We're talking 3,000 years ago. Naaman ish gibor chayil, he was very strong, metzorah. It means he was good, but with problems. But the Torah says, Natan Hashem bo tshua le'aram. God gave him the power to change the world. וארם יצאו גדודים, וישבו מארץ ישראל נערה קטנה, ותהי לפני אשת נעמן. I'm going to tell you the parasha very fast and go to a new idea about Naaman. Naaman had a lepra. You say in Spanish, lepra, whatever. Lepra. And he sends soldiers to the border of Israel to kidnap Israeli soldiers, like we had it today. The Arabs are trying to do it. So they kidnapped a small girl, Na'ara Ktana. Na'ara Ktana, around a girl 14, 15 years old. So they came back with a girl that kidnapped. Vatihi lifnei eshet Naaman. So Naaman, the general, the big general of Aram, Aram means today Syria. He says, okay, you didn't bring soldiers, you bring a girl. Put her in my house, she's going to be a maid. And they take a Jewish girl and they're doing a maid in the house of the general of Aram, the strongest general. ותאמר גבירתה אכלי אדוני לפני הנביא אשר בשמרון אז יאסוף אותו מצערתו. He told her, I see a husband that has lepra, and the lepra is so strong, and I see nothing is helping him. I see doctors coming home, doctors leaving. She told him, we have a Navi, and the Navi will take care about him. What she means? Today we live in a different planet. On the time of prophets, the life was so easy. We didn't go to doctors. We didn't go to psychologists. We didn't go to people that look in the coffee. I see people in Panama, they're opening a business. They go to, I don't know where, San Miguelito. And a woman, they're drinking coffee. They're turning the coffee off the way. Oh, you're opening a store. Open. Or people are playing with cards. Don't open a store. Or women that they burn a head of a chicken. And they tell you, on the time of the prophets, nobody needs to doctors. We didn't go. Somebody doesn't feel good. He's coming to the prophet, says, I don't feel good, what I do? The prophet says, yes. You remember 3 nights ago, you got very angry, and when you got angry, you were talking not nice. It created a bad angel. Today you're sick. When this is going to pass, when you're going to do teshuvah, you're going to feel good. It means today, we have every time we're sick or have a problem, we have a spiritual reason why it happened. But we cannot see the spiritual reason, so we need to go to the material reasons. Doctors, psychologists, something happened in the house, plumero. On the time of the prophets, no problem. Whoever has a problem, he's going to the prophet, he's telling him what's the problem, what he needs to do, and it's over. We didn't have it after the prophets finished in the world, because we didn't have people that could tell us what happened with us. Only one type of guy was in the middle of the history that did it like prophets, and he did it very shortly, the Arizal. The Arizal, every time people were coming to him, he was telling who they are and what they're doing here in this world. He told each one why you're here, what you came to fix, and what you need to do in the world. Today we don't have it. So prophets, that's the only generation that telling us what to do in our life. If we have a problem, he's telling us direct from where the problem comes. Today we don't have it. So today whoever doesn't feel good, he needs to do cheshbon nefesh why he doesn't feel good, or to go to a doctor. That's what we have. We cannot do more than that. But she told the woman, he has a problem. Go to the prophet and find out what he did wrong in his life. The prophet will tell him a way of tshuva. So in that time, people were so spiritual. When they have problems, they didn't run away. They didn't go here, go there. They went direct to the prophet. And whoever was going to a doctor, they called him a rasha. Why are you going to ask a doctor and not checking with the prophets what's your problem? So that was a different type of world. And also the Goyim were going to the Jewish prophets and telling this to them. But today we don't have it. I'll give you an example. I don't know why and how, but that's what happened with me. But we have spiritual reason in everything. We have a rabbi in Israel, the name of the rabbi Yaakov Ades. You heard about this guy? You can see him in Google, the one that never changes clothing. I mean, in the last 10 years, he didn't change his shirt. The son of Yehuda, yes. The son of Yehuda. To understand who's the guy, you can Google Yaakov Ades and pictures. You're going to see the picture of the guy. He's in the Kotel every morning, Vatikin. People coming from Panama to see him. Okay, very interesting life this guy has. He's living in different planets. The son of Yehuda Ades told me that he learns Chavruta probably with Eliyahu Navi because they have a few things that they saw on him that was not normal. I don't know. I'm not a prophet. I don't understand nothing. But it's a very high level in Torah and in Kabbalah and everything. The story starts, when we have a problem, we look in one eye, and when prophets see something, it's a different eye, but we're not prophets. He's calling me Motzei Shabbat. And he's telling me, I'm in the Kotel, please come to the Kotel and take me to the yeshiva. So Motzei Shabbat in Israel, it's not like Panama. In Panama, Motzei Shabbat, very easy. We're coming back home from the tefillah. The maid set up the house. All the house is organized. We just drink a cup of coffee after Avdalah. Lula, Pita Pan, Pita Plus, Pita Gehenam, and finito the night. And afterwards a movie in Multis Plaza. We kill the night. We're coming back home. We don't have nothing to do. But in Israel, Motzei Shabbat, no maids. So usually Motzei Shabbat, every house, they rent 2 maids in Israel. That's the rule. 1 maid is the wife, the second maid is the husband, and they start to take care about the house because you don't have no chance. Now, it's very complicated. The husband needs to do something, the wife needs to do something, and the kids are doing balagan. So one needs to help with the kids and help a little, and one was the... So you know how it works. I'm talking about 2006 or 2005, I don't remember exactly. Rav Ades is calling me Motzei Shabbat. He says, I'm in the Kotel, come now, take me. I say, okay. I'm coming to my wife. I say, I need a leave to take Rav Ades from the Kotel. She says, yo, you're not leaving. All the kids here, all the house balagan. I cannot handle it alone. You need to stay and help me. So I cannot call him back because I don't know his phone. He used a phone of somebody in the Kotel. So I'm not going. And after half hour he's calling me. He says, why are you not coming? I says, oh, I'm busy, I'm here. He says, no, you need to come now. And I tell you to come, so come. So I'm telling my wife, Rav Ades is pressuring. So she says, you know what, the baby is crying a lot. Take the baby with you, so you're doing babysitter when you're going. Okay. So I took the baby. I'm coming to the Kotel. He's calling me again on the way to the Kotel. Where are you? I said, I'm on the way to the Kotel. He said, when you're coming to the Kotel, go inside the Kotel where people are praying. I said, I cannot go there with the Kotel. I said, I say do, don't worry. To come to the Kotel, I didn't have permission to come. I'm coming to the first checkpoint of the police next to the Kotel. I'm telling him Rav Ades. He lets me go. The second one, Rav Ades, lets me go. I'm passing in the Kotel. A cop is coming in. What are you doing here? People are praying in this here. Rav Ades. I don't know what. Nobody did nothing. I don't know. He has connection. Mishamayim. He's coming in the car. He sits inside. And he doesn't know on the back seat we have a baby. The car drives a little bit. And the baby is starting to cry. Rav Ades turning around, sees the baby, says, you know that when you coming to take me, nobody's allowed to be in the car. You know it. I said, yes, but you know, my baby, my wife, watch our ass. He says, no, I cannot be with you. And he left the car. And it was in the Arab area. It was in the old city still. So I told him, Rav Ades, please, it was so hard to come to take you. Now you're going out of the car. Like, I spent 1 hour fighting with my wife until I got here. Now you... Just stay in the car, stay in the car. I said, okay, I'm going to stay in the car. I took him into the yeshiva. He went down, and it was over. Okay. Sunday morning, I'm waking up to go to the kollel to learn. My wife is telling me all the night the kid was not feeling good. Okay, give him a little medicine. Monday, he doesn't feel good. Tuesday, he doesn't feel good. We're going to the doctor, back and forth. Wednesday afternoon, Rav Ades is calling me first time. How you doing? Yeah, okay. I want to ask you a question. Say, how your kid is feeling? I say, he has fever already 3 days, and he says, today is going to finish. I said, what do you mean? He says, you don't understand nothing. When I told you not to bring him in the car, I know what I mean. He got fever because he was together with me. But I set it up, and now he's going to be okay. I told him, I wanted the rabbi, you're nuts, you okay? He says, but today night, the kid is going to be okay. And he was waiting 3 days. He didn't know nothing. He didn't know I have trouble with my kids. He said it was because me. Next time, don't bring kids to me. It's dangerous for the kids. I don't understand what and how. But people that are spiritual, they see things that we don't see. She's telling the wife of Naaman, you think he has lepra because lepra, no lepra, no. As the prophet, he'll tell you different things at all. We don't understand nothing. You could do Avedah here and you could get damaged there. We don't understand how things work in the world. We don't understand nothing. We don't understand nothing. That's the reason people don't understand what they're doing in the world. One of the students of the Arizal got married with a very rich wife. Very rich wife. And she passed away young and he was destroyed. He came to the Arizal and says, Rabbi, my wife passed away young. Arizal says, it's my fault, it's your fault. He says, what do you mean? You know, in the generation before, you owe this money, you owe the person a lot of money. And you die, sorry, another person owed you a lot of money. And when you died, he didn't pay you this. So God bring you two of you, the Gilgul, to the world. This woman was that person in the first Gilgul. She married you, she bring you all the money, and she passed away. We understand something? We don't understand nothing. The Maharal, some woman came to him with a chicken and asked him, this chicken is kasher or tarif? Maharal is writing it down and you can see it in the book Ba'arevna. He's writing it clear from the Maharal. Kasher or tarif, the Maharal says, I don't know, but I'm going to tell you what to do. Go to a house and he gave it the address. You have there a kid with tismonet down, and ask the kid kasher or tarif. The woman says, Rabbi, kasher or tarif, Rabbi is not majnunim. He says, I know, ask this kid. She went to the house, she asked the parents, you have a kid? Yeah, Maharal sent me for the kid. For what? To show him the chicken. Our kid, you show a chicken? He said, yes. So they bring the kid. She's showing him the chicken. And he said the word kasher and he died. So they said, the woman, how you killed this kid? They were shocked. Balagan, they went to the Maharal. What happened? How you killed this kid? Why you killed him? The Maharal said, I didn't kill him. You don't understand what's going on in the world. This kid, in generation before, he was a rabbi. And it was Erev Shabbat. A widow came to his house, asked him a chicken, kasher or tarif. And this widow didn't have money. She didn't have what to eat. That was her only chicken for Shabbat. And the rabbi was very busy. And she's coming, this chicken, kasher or tarif? He looked on the chicken. He was busy. He says, yeah, tarif. And no, it was kasher. But he didn't have time. So he just said taref and he sent her away. And she didn't have what to eat in that Shabbat. When this rabbi passed away, he told him, a widow didn't have to eat because of you. You're going to come back to the world again. And this widow's going to come back to the world again. You're just going to say the word kasher or taref. You're going to fix it and you're going to die. When she came to with the chicken, I say, now she's coming to fix him. I sent him to the kid. He said the word kasher. And the first generation, he said taref. He said kasher. He fixed that sin. Now he could go to Olam Haba. Everything is set up. We don't understand nothing. And that's what the girl is telling. Vatomer gives the achalai adoni lifnei hanavi. Let him talk with the prophet. Asher b'shavon az yasov oto mitzarato. The prophet knows everything. He's going to tell him what's his problem and no lepra. Today we don't have prophets. We don't know what to do. But one thing we know, tzaddikim, they are like prophets because chacham adif min navi. Whoever has Torah, he's better than navi. Why? Because Torah is building the person. I want to ask you a question. A baby is inside the stomach of its mother. What is doing 9 months there?
Studying Torah.
Studying Torah. So why when he's born, we need to teach him everything from zero? Why is not giving us shiurim? Because before he's born, he forgets everything. Anyway, he forgot. But this kid is a tzaddik. He learned already all the Torah. And he forgot it. Either he forgot it, he had it. Why we won't take a bracha from a kid? A kid 3 years old, give me bracha. You learned all the Torah. Why not? Because it's not fair. To learn the Torah, you need to work to learn Torah. This kid was working to learn Torah. He was sitting in a jacuzzi, mabsut, teach me all the Torah. He didn't work on the Torah, nada. It came automatic, like a chip. They put in his head a chip, and he got it. That's not Torah. Torah means you work on the Torah is giving you power. Chacham, whoever learns Torah, he has so strong power. He was working on the Torah so hard. When you're working hard on the Torah is giving you power. Chacham, adif min Navi. When you're Chacham, you're better from Navi. I saw a situation in the house of Reb Chaim Kanievsky, that's not the class, but by the way, just, was somebody with very aggressive cancer. They didn't know which hospital to put him, Tel HaShomer in Tel Aviv or Boston. That was the question. So they asked Reb Chaim Kanievsky, Tel HaShomer or Boston? Because Tel HaShomer, we have the good doctors, but in Boston, they know how to handle this case a lot, because they have a lot of experience. In Israel, not a lot of experience, but that's the best hospital in Israel. So they asked the rabbi, Tel HaShomer or Boston? The rabbi answered, Ma'aneh HaYeshua. Ma'aneh HaYeshua is the hospital of Bnei Brak. It's a hospital, something like the hospital of Coronado, if you know the hospital there, Coronado. Yani nada inside. A guy with cancer, they kill him there. What we can do, they don't have nothing. It's a small hospital, only very simple hospital. And we're talking on two top hospitals, the top one in Israel or the top one in Westland. And he's sending it to, like Farmacia Rocha, send them there. So they asked the rabbi again, Rabbi, no. It's not a bandage. Cancel Bar Minan, and we don't know what to do, and this and that. The rabbi says, yes. Ma'aneh Yeshua. Farmacia Rocha. Rabbi. So the rabbi says, I remember he told him, you think that the doctor is doing the guy okay? The hospital is doing okay? No. This guy doesn't have a chance. What he needs zchuyot. He needs now mitzvot to protect him. In these hospitals, Shmirat Shabbat, nada. Kasher, Shmita, they don't care nothing. Pritzut, everything is not on the halakha. If you're going to put him in Ma'aneh Yeshua, he's going to be better because they're keeping Shabbat. Everything's niyut. The kashrut is 100%. He's going to be in a good spiritual environment. He's going to be better. It's amazing. We don't think about these things. But the Prophet knows. One or two is telling you, no, five. It's not the case. Why? Because what you think is doing better, it's not really doing. You know what's doing better? This doctor. Why? But not because he's a good doctor. He's keeping mitzvot. He has power. We don't think about that. And what that she's telling the Prophet, she's telling the Naaman, you think he has lepra, that's going to be okay. This doctor, that doctor, no. Go to the Prophet. He's going to give you the roots, the reason. Everything will be okay after that. Everything okay. Naaman is a goy, but he understands that the prophets of the Jews are the best. ויבוא ויגד לאדוניו לאמור כזאת וכזאת דיברה הנערה אשר מארץ ישראל. The general says, if the prophets of the Jews have power, I'm going to go speak with the Jews. And he's going to the Goyim. They understand that the Jews have power. Somebody is from Israel here, you know, a city named Yafo. Yafo, you know Yafo? We have Rehov Yafo in Yerushalayim, and you have a city Yafo next to Tel Aviv. City Yafo next to Tel Aviv, it's mixed, Arabs and Jews. In the city, you have, who said Abulafia? You're a prophet. I wanted to talk about this guy now. So we have prophets in this class. Okay. In that city, we have pitot. It's a bread, Abulafia. Erev Shabbat, Erev Pesach, I have a special, I don't have internet, but I have a special line in Israel that they're giving details what's going on in Israel, in the religious world and the regular news. And before Pesach, they put on the radio, and they were talking with them, not on the radio, on the phone. They were talking through the phone, and this phone goes to 20, 30,000 people. It's like a club of phones, also Torah and also news. And they put on the phone the owner of the Abulafia. And he says he's locked in Pesach. And it hurts him that he's an Arab and he's locked in Pesach. And Yehudim are open in Pesach and selling. And next to him he says Jews selling pita in Pesach, and I'm an Arab, I'm locking. So they ask him, why are you locking in Pesach? And he says, it's not because me, it's because my father. He says, what? He says, we're doing a lot of money in Abulafia. A lot. A lot. It means really works good. And there was a rabbi, Ashkenaz rabbi of Yafo. That was not a rabbi of the city. He was a kablan working construction. I don't know how to say it. Yani Simon Chafetz, but small Simon Chafetz of Israel. Those are construction. And he's also a rabbi. So he came to the father of Abulafia, to his father, and he told him, how much money you do in Pesach? He told him, we do a lot, because all the year we do, but in Pesach, it's crazy. It's crazy. We're selling triple and double. And it was a price of buying a house. It means in 1 week, they could do $200,000 only in that week. Buying a house, after the taxes, after everything. So he told the father, please, you want to lock the store in Pesach? He says, I'm doing the best money of my life. This is the price I do. The rabbi didn't say nothing. He left. He came a day after the factory and he called the rabbi. He says, how much you do in Pesach? 250? And if I'm going to give you the 200,000, it's going to be okay, the 250, 200,000? He said, if you're going to give me, I'm going to lock. He says, take the money before Pesach, lock the store. The rabbi says, okay, I don't need to work. I'm doing all the money now. He locked the store in Pesach. That was on the 60s. Every year, this rabbi was coming to his father with a bag of money, giving him the money, they're doing a contract, he's locking the store. One year he came with the money, the Arab told him, I'm not taking your money anymore. But this year I'm going to lock. He says, why? He said, I checked out in the last 11 years. I have so much bracha in my business. And I know the bracha is coming because of you. That you giving me all time to lock in Pesach. I don't want to take your money. I have enough to take your bracha because we got very rich already. So your bracha did me rich. The 200 is not going to change a lot already. You are giving us luck. We're locking in Pesach. And before he died, he told his children, Abu Lafa, you continue the bracha of this rabbi. He's not alive already. But we're continuing. The stores are not going to open in Pesach. What is that? The Goy understands the bracha is coming from holy people, from the mitzvot. Naaman understands it. So he's going to his king, to Melech Aram, and he's telling him, I want to go to the enemy to talk with the rabbi. He says, what? You want to go to the enemies because of a rabbi? I have lepra. I know the prophet can help me. ויאמר מלך ארם לכו בו וישלח ספר למלך ישראל וקח ספר בידו 10 כיכר כסף ו6,000 זהב ו10 חליפות בגדים והביא הספר למלך ישראל לאמור אתה בבוא הספר הזה אליך אני שלחתי לך את נעמן עבדי ואספתו מצערתו. The king of Aram says, okay, let's do a trick. You want to go to the prophet. How are you going to get to the prophet? To go to the prophet, you need to take army to fight with Israel to get to the house of the prophet for what? Let's do a trick that they're going to bring us the prophet to hear. He says, what's the trick? We're going to send a lot of presents to the king of Israel. And we're going to give him, with all the presents, a letter. You need to take care about our general. He has lepra. You need to be healing him from the lepra. Merape oto. So they send a letter to the king of Israel that he's not a prophet and says, the general has lepra. Please heal him. And this is all the presents you're giving him to heal him. And it worked. ויהי כי קרוא מלך ישראל לספר יקרא בגד ואומר אלוקים אני להעמיד ולהחיות כי זה שולח אליי לסוף עם צערתו הדור הוא כי מתענהו לי. The king of Israel is getting the letter, he's starting to cry. He says, I'm God, I can take a guy that's going to die to bring him life. I cannot do nothing. So why he's sending me so much presents and with this letter, he wants to do a war with us. So he's going to say, I have a reason. I was very nice to you. I sent you presents. And I asked you to be Merapeh, the general. You didn't Merapeh after I'm so nice to you. I'm going to start a war with you. So the king of Israel says, wow, he wants to start a war with me. Because this letter so nicely, he's getting ready to hit me on the second shot. Because I cannot help him. I was very nice to you. You didn't help me? Now I'm going to start a war. So the king of Israel was crying. You know, that's it. Vayikishmoa Elisha. Now the prophet is getting in the picture. He says, relax. The prophet sitting home, he sees the guy crying. He says, okay. ויקשמוע אלישע כי קם לישראל בגדיו וישלח אל המלך למה קראת בגדיך יבואנה אליי ידע כי יש נביא בישראל. And now it's starting. The prophet is sitting in his house, and the prophet, wherever he is, he knows what's going on. The prophet, wherever he is, he knows what's going on. We don't have it. Example, Rav Yagen, you know Rav Yagen Jr., that coming to Panama, his father, Joe Yagen. You remember he came to Panama 15 years ago?
Yes, he did a seminar.
Yeah, he's very aggressive in religion. He's not like a Panamani rabbi, easy. You don't want to keep Shabbat, don't keep Shabbat. You want it not kosher, he just give me donation. He's very boom. And whoever doesn't want to keep, he's killing him. I met yesterday in the Kolel a guy that came from Mexico. That he's religious. He said, why religious? He says, me and my wife were not religious. We came to the seminar of Rabbi Yagen and Rav Betesh. Yeah, together. That's the partners. So Rav Betesh was talking logic and Rav Yagen is talking beating up. So me and my wife were not regular Mexicans with intelligence. So he's starting to talk nonsense. Yeah, Hashem, Gan Eden, Gehenom. So my wife got angry how this Dr. Betesh is very intelligent, talking logic. We love it. And this guy just yelling, fire, Gehenom, we're going to die, we're going to get burned. So we started fighting with him. And we told him, show us God, show us God, show us God. And he cannot beat up my wife. And Rav Yagen got angry. He said, okay, I'm going to show you God. And he went down. I cannot do these things. He took a match and he lighted it. He said, you see the fire? She says, yes. With this fire, they're going to burn you in Gehenom. You understand? And he says, that will shock my wife. He says, wow, this guy. And they started doing teshuvah. I mean, first of all, teshuvah is coming from ways that we don't understand. We never understand. Sometimes we think that this rabbi is going to do the change. This rabbi, the rabbi that we're so afraid from him, he did all the job. So, as a rabbi that comes to Panama to collect money, the name of the rabbi, Arav Yaakov Chemed, from Dimona. I don't know if you know this guy. Yaakov Chemed. He's almost 60 years old, and he's on the age of Yagen. Rabbi Yagen that lives in Monsey. He's a reality guy, doesn't believe in Mekubalim, doesn't believe in nothing. Believes in people that are learning Torah. And also Joy again, Rabbi again, the same thing, doesn't believe in nothing, only people learning Torah. All the stories, this Mekubal, Kasi, Kadu, and really most of the Mekubalim that you know, most of them, I don't know who you know, but I could guarantee you they're not Mekubalim. Because real Mekubal is not showing there's Mekubal. Whoever's starting to show and to promote himself is not Mekubal. I'll give you an example. The biggest Mekubal in our generation was Rav Eliashiv. Somebody know? No? Everybody know. He knows Halachot. But it was the biggest Mekubal. And the father of Rav Yehuda Ades said already 60 years ago, Rav Eliashiv is number one in Kabbalah. Somebody know it? Nada. Rav Ovadia passed away. He left boxes full with Chidushim in Kabbalah. Nobody in the world knew he was learning Kabbalah. I mean, the real ones, we don't know about them. Whoever's coming to Panama, I'm Mekubal, I see there. First of all, he's not Mekubal. He's a very good businessman. He knows how to promote this Kabbalah. But not Mekubal. It cannot be. Because Mekubal doesn't promote it. Yaakov Hillel, Mekubal. He's not coming, I'm Kabbalistic. I have yeshiva, give me money to the yeshiva. When somebody is seriously in Kabbalah, he's not using it. He's coming here, but he's using his Torah. I have yeshivot, I have Torah, I want help in Torah. He's not saying I'm Kabbalistic, I'm going to see in the Shammai what's going on with you, because he's a real one. So one day he learned in Yeshivat Hebron, Chavruta with Joy again. That's what Yaakov Chemed, I don't know if I told you the story. And he told me that this changed his hand and he started believing in some Mekubalim. Until that day we didn't believe in no Mekubal, only people that learn Torah. And that's really the world. A guy came inside the Yeshiva of Hebron, the name of the guy is Elfasi, that's his name. And Elfasi says, I need a student named Yagen. So they're learning Chavruta, and he says, hello, yeah. And Rav Chemed and Joy again are stopping to learn and say, yeah, what he says, my name is Elfasi, I'm the secretary of the Baba Sali. And then we're talking about the beginning of the 70s. Okay, yeah, Baba Sali was alive, so okay, yeah, we know Baba Sali. What happened? He says, Baba Sali is calling to you. Come to his house now. So telling his first, you have a mistake. I don't know Baba Sali and he doesn't know me. I never met him. He doesn't know my family. I mean, you're looking for somebody else. He says, I don't know. Baba Sali told me, Yosef Yagen, Yeshivat Hebron, to call him to me. He said, okay, thank you. He left. He told Chemed, what we do? I don't know. He says, I'm not buying all this baloney. I don't know what they want from me. Money, not money. I don't know what's going on. Let's learn. Forget it. A week after, again, the Fasi came and he says, Baba Sali told me second time you need to come. So after he left, he asked Chemed, what we need to do? I think this guy's fooling around with us. They need something. Mekubalim, they were calling you, a deal of money is going to happen here. We don't know what he wants from us. Chemed told him, you know what? Let's go. Well, what could happen? But to go to Netivot on the 70s, it's crazy. Because no normal buses. Today, to drive to Netivot, it's 1 hour. And that time was more than 3 hours. A bus from here, a bus to there. So they went down to a bus. They came down to Baba Sali. They're knocking on the door. His wife opened the door. What do you want? He says, tell Baba Sali that my name is Yosef again. He called me, I'm coming. Okay, she went inside. Baba Sali says, yeah, call him inside. He comes inside, Baba Sali doesn't speak with him. He's telling the people, Yalla, we need to leave, let's go. So he says, Rabbi, you called me. He says, yeah, we need to leave. And they're leaving, and the Rabbi says, come with us also. Yani, we're going, Yalla, come with us. We have place in the car. And he took him in the car. And the Rabbi was driving, and says, what this guy is taking me with the car? They drive. In the middle of the way, Baba Sali stopped the car, went outside. There was a tree on the side of the walk. Baba Sali was standing there and praying, like 20, 15 minutes. Okay, what happened? Why is he praying here? Why Mincha? It doesn't look he's praying Mincha. In the middle of the desert next to Beersheba. He finished the prayer, he goes inside the car, he's telling the driver, let's go back home. He's coming back home, he's telling Baba Sali in the house, Rabbi, you called me. He says, no, go back to Yerushalayim. He went back to Yerushalayim, he met Chemed, and he told Chemed, I think he's an old guy. You know, he called me, he doesn't know what I want from him, I didn't know what he wants from me, and he went, I don't know why, and he says, come with us, didn't speak with me, when I said to him, go. He said, yeah, he's very old, and old people don't remember what they say, what they do. Yeah. Hashem sent them refuah shlema, and they continue learning. Rav Joy again is continuing learning Torah, and a few weeks after that he's going to do a shiur in Beersheba. Beersheba is in the Negev. He's going to give a shiur. He's staying in a bus station in Jerusalem. In the 70s, after the 6-day war, the taxis were Arabs and Jews, and everybody liked to go with Arab taxis. Why? They were very cheap, and at that time the Arabs were nothing. So nobody was afraid from them. A taxi with 7 seats stopped in the station Rav again, and he says, I need to Beersheba. And he says, wow, Beersheba, okay, we're going to Beersheba because we have a lot of Bedouin from Beersheba in the car. They're coming from East Jerusalem. We have one more place, and the price is half price of buses, and it's faster. And on the way to Beersheba, this story got inside the news. You could check it out. The taxi went upside down. And it was a big accident. 6 people got killed and only 1 survivor. Rav Yagin was the only survivor. When the taxi went upside down, he flied out of the window. And he was laying on the floor. After a few minutes, when he feels a little bit better, he stands up, and the first thing he sees around in front of his eyes, the tree where Baba Sadi was praying. He came back shocked. He says, how this guy knew to protect me in this accident, and he took me to that place and he was praying. We don't understand nothing. But now we understand. The prophet has power. And that's what Naaman is telling the king. And the king says, I know he has power, so let's do a trick and get the prophet. And they knew how to work. And the prophet is not in the house of the king. He's not there sitting home, and he's telling his secretary, run to the king, tell him don't cry. I'm the prophet, I'm going to handle it. It means already people are fighting through the heads. 2 goyim in a different country, a king in the middle, behind the king a prophet. They're sending the king a letter, and the prophet goes inside the store and says, I'm here, I know what's going on. Let me handle the situation. And now it's starting to move. וישלח אליו אלישע ויבוא נעמן בסוס ורבו ויעמוד פתח הבית אלישע וישלח אליו אלישע מלאך לאמור הלוך ורחצת 7 פעמים בירדן ושוב בשרך לך וטהר ויקצוף נעמן וילך ויאמר הנה אמרת אלי צא יצא עמד וקרא בשם השם אלוהיו והניף את המקום ואסף מצורע. Okay, Naaman gets the message from the prophet, come to me, I'm going to handle the situation. That's what he wanted. The Bible is telling us that Naaman took it very seriously, and he took all his army. Now, not for a war, for respect. And he's passing the border. Where's the border in that time? If we go to Golan Heights, where's the border between Israel and Syria? In that time was the Jordan River. You're passing the Jordan River, you're in Israel. You're after the Jordan River, you're outside Israel. And he's passing the Jordan River, and the prophet was calling me. So he's waiting in the Jordan River, where he says, I'm so important person. An important diplomatic, the big general. I'm passing the border. I'm waiting the Israelis wait for me and respect me. But nada. He's alone. Nobody's coming. He's not a soldier, a cop, nada. So he thinks maybe they're not respecting me because they're waiting for me in the city of the prophet. The prophet was living in a city named Shechem. Shechem is the Arab city today where Yosef HaTzadik is buried. So he's going to Shechem. Before he goes inside the city, he's waiting again. And nothing. Nobody's respecting him. So he says probably in the house of the prophet. And he comes with all the army to the house of the prophet, and he's waiting. The prophet is going to come outside, respecting him and something, and nada. I mean 3 stations, the border, the city, and the house of the prophet. He's waiting for something diplomatic. You know, I'm so important, I'm coming here. Nothing. So he's coming, ויעמוד פתח הבית לאלישע. He's standing on the door of Elisha. That's it, I'm here. וישלח אליו אלישע מלאך הלוך ורחץ 7 פעמים ושב בשרך לך וטהר. He knocks on the door, and somebody's opening the door, and he's telling him, tell Elisha, I'm the big general, I'm here. Elisha is not coming to the door, he's sending his slave. And he's telling him, go dip in the Jordan River. How much time he told him to dip?
7.
Why 7? Why 7? Why not once? Logic. Why not once? No. So, gang, why 7 and not at once? We're going to see in a second.
7 is the cycle.
No. Yeah, we know that 7 is the holy number and everything, for sure we know this. But why he told him 7? He needs that his miracle is going to work. He told him 7. I'm going to show you soon how it's working. It works like this. Vayktsof Naaman. Naaman gets so angry. He says, I'm coming to here, and the prophet doesn't come to see my face. He's sending a slave, and the slave is telling me go dip 7 times in the Jordan River, and he's locking the door on my face. ויאמר הנה אמרתי לה ויצא יצא ועמד וקרא בשם השם והידיף ידו אל המקום ואסף המצורע. I thought he's going to go out, pick up his hands, do a miracle, and the leper is going to leave. And the guy's not looking on me. I'm coming here with lepra, and he's sending me out of here with the lepra. And the prophet didn't respect me, zero. He sent the slave to take me out. So he looks on his people and he's telling them, Hello, Tov, Amana, Papaot, Nada, Messi, Kol B'mei Yisrael, Lo Echad Ve'metati, Ve'efen Velech B'chema. And what he's telling me, to dip in the Jordan River? I was swimming in all the rivers of the world. And the biggest, and nothing happened to me. So this small Jordan River that's like nada, so small river. You saw the Jordan River? The Jordan River is one of the most popular rivers in the world. In the world. Millions of Christians are coming to the Jordan River just to see it. That's the most. And when you're coming to Israel, you see the Jordan River, people in shock. What this is, the Jordan River. It looks like a pipe broken in the highway, and just as water that going from the pipe, the broken pipe. When you go from here to Chiriki, you know how much rivers were going on there? Each river is 100 times the Jordan River. From here to Chiriki. I'm not talking from here to Europe, how much rivers we have. And from here until Canada. The Jordan River is the last one on the list. Small, the water is green, and half of the fish alive, half of the fish intensive care. How so little water we have there. And he's telling, this one wants me to dip in this, and that's going to do me okay. I'm swimming in the nicest rivers in the world. And nothing happened to me. And now in this small Dakhilak river, and he got more angry. This guy, I thought he's going to do with his hands like that, and the lepra is going to go, and he's sending me to a river. And which river? He got angry. He said, I'm going back to Damascus, and I'm finishing with the Jews. Now he's going back to bring weapons. He has the army with him, but now we need to start a war. Vaylech bechema, he's going angry. Now Elisha is putting everybody in danger. ויגשו עבדיו וידברו אליו אמרו אבי דבר גדול הנביא דיבר אליך הלא תאסף כמלך וחצותם. He says, what you care? What you care? They're coming to pass the Jordan River. He doesn't think to go in the water. Green water, dirty. I'm not going to go in this water. His students are telling him, his soldiers, you're already here. Go down the bridge and do what the prophet says. What you care? Do what the prophet said. You don't know. He says, you know what? Let's do. You know, it's not going to help, but help is not going to. If it's going to help, okay. If it didn't help, anyway, we're going to finish him. Vayered. He went down the bridge. ויטבול בנהר, ויטבול בירדן 7 פעמים, כדבר איש האלוהים. וישב בשרו כבשר נער קטן ויטהר. He dipped 7 times, and his skin got like a skin of a baby that was born. I mean, a baby is born. Go see the son of Azak that was born last night. You see his skin? That's how his skin was. Just his family was Naaman, not Azak. But the skin is the same thing. Now, what it means? It means he dipped 7 times because the Navi says, you want to check out if I'm really or no, you need to believe in what I say. If you believe, it's going to work. And now if he tells him dip 1 time, he dips and the magic happened. The Navi says no, 7 times. He's going and dipping once. The lepra is the same thing. Twice, the same thing. He needs to say, yes. He needs to start a move. 7 times he's changing his head. And he's dipping and it doesn't work, it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And he continues to dip. And that's what's happening to him. He's starting to believe in the prophet. Now you believe in the prophet, everything is going to happen. Only on time number 7, the switch happened. It means people think he was dipping 7 times. Every time, a little bit, a little bit. After 7 times, we have a new general. No. 6 times was all the lepra regular. Number 7, everything changed. Now we see number 2 that we were talking last week. The emunah came. You believe, you do, either you see it doesn't work because he said you're going to do it, and already 6 times, and he told all the people, you see it doesn't work, but you continue dipping. On time number 7, everything switched. Now it's completely. The prophet said something, you hear 100% of the prophet, you get the Yeshua. He got 100%. וישוב אלישע אלוהים. He says, I'm going back to the prophet. הוא בכל מחנה ויעמוד לפניו ויאמר, הנה ידעתי כי אין אלוקים בכל הארץ כי אם בישראל. I know all the gods of the world and nada. Only the God of the Jews. And that's how the Goyim are thinking about us. When they see us keeping religion, they respect us because they know that we are the right religion. But when we're leaving religion and we could do whatever we want, the Goyim don't respect us because they know that we have God. But when we're leaving God, who we are? Nothing. Nothing. And that's what he's telling us. The Goy is telling, Hinena yadati, he says, I know. What you know? Ki en Elohim b'chol haaretz. All the gods in the world, the Christians, all the religions are nada. Ki im b'Yisrael, only the Jews. The real God in the world is the Jews. Ve'ata, kach na bracha me'et avdecha. He says, I want to give you something. Why? Because I knew you're the right one. What happened here? When a Jew is doing something strong, the Goy understands that here it's going to be okay. A question that they asked Rav Zilberstein. It was in Hadassah in Yerushalayim, an Arab. His son was in intensive care. And the doctors were very pessimistic. And another Ashkenazi from Mea Shearim, also family Hirsch, his mother was in intensive care. She was also with problems. She had a delicate throat. I said delicate throat. Whatever, the pulmones. Liquid in the pulmones, balagan, I don't know. And when the Arab was very pessimistic, but people in intensive care are sitting in the same room. And they're sitting and sitting. What's happening after? They're starting to talk. And one day the doctors came and gave bad news to this Arab. He was very pessimistic. So he told the Jew, tell me what you Jew, okay? Tell me what we need to do. And Hirsch was a little destroyed, not because his mother was in intensive care, no. Because his grandson learns Torah and he doesn't have money and no parnasah, he doesn't have money to give. And the Arab says, I want something, you a beard, with a hat, tell me what to do. He says, I don't know what to tell you, but I know Segula. If somebody learns Torah and you're giving money for the Torah is protecting you, our Torah. You want the Segula? Yes. Help somebody that learns Torah. It's his grandson, by the way. The Arab doesn't know. Help somebody learns Torah, it's going to be okay. So the Arab is not an idiot. He says, okay, how much money I need to give to the guy? He says, you need to give 2,000 shekel kol chodesh, 500,000 every month. You're going to see Yeshua. The Arab says, no. I'm going to give 1,000. But if I'm going to get Yeshua, I'm going to give you not 2,000. I'm going to give you 3,000. So 1,000 less, but if I'm going to give you 1,000, it's okay? He was desperate for money. He said, yes, it's okay. It's okay. And the Arab says, how much months you want before? He says, I want 3 months before. Let's start the deal. And the Arab went to his wife. He took from her money, because the Arabs are putting the money with the wife. She's the safe. He took the money from the wife. He gave the guy. He says, now it's going to be okay. He says, we're going to do the best. And the miracle happened. And the Arab was so excited. He told the Jew, I'm giving you all my life. You saved the son, 3,000 shekels every month. He went to ask the rabbis, I can take the money from the Arab? Yes or no? What do you think? Arab is getting money for Torah. We're allowed to take the money? Yes or no? Yes or no? Why no and why
Why you
yes?
have to give the sehut to an Arab?
Why would they give Zechut Arab? The Tanakh says when Nebuchadnezzar had a trouble and he went and he asked what I need to do, they told him, you want to be okay? Give money to poor Jews and you're going to give them the money, you're going to have Zechut and it's going to come back. Ki yavesh b'katzir tiktzah. What it means? When a Goy is giving tzedakah to a Jew, he has Zechut. And this Zechut is going with him, and we're not allowed to take tzedakah from the Goy, because when we take from them tzedakah, they have power to beat us up more, because they get strong again. Why? They have the Zechut of the tzedakah, so they're strong. So if we want to finish the Goyim, we need to take from them, not to take from them tzedakah. But the rabbis told the guy, you could take from tzedakah. Why? Because he was feeling so respect, and you did him a favor, now he's paying on the favor. So you could take from him the money. What would see from here? The Goyim believe in the tzaddikim. We didn't finish the shiur, but it's 10:08, so let's stop now the shiur. I hope we're going to continue Bezrat Hashem next week. I want to finish this, or this part is going to be enough of this, and next week we're going to go to a new topic. But we're stopping before the end. The Goy and the Prophet are meeting with each other. The Goy understands the Prophet is right. He's taking what the Prophet does to him, and he's changing the world, and the Goy says, we know all the world is nothing, only the Jews, it's the right God. B'atzlacha.
And the son of the Arab got well?
Yes, he got well, yes.